Hello, YouTube. This is Compound Fractures Let's Play Cataclysm, episode number 13. We are starting a brand new recording session this time. It's been 4 days since the last time I played. Let's get into the game. All right, so this is where we're at, and I need to refamiliarize myself with the lay of the land. Yes, I do. I forget exactly what we're doing, but I do remember that we just finished sleeping. I remember that we have a new farm. I remember that we escaped a very dangerous central lab that was filled with all sorts of mechanical baddies that I was going to say we killed, but we really didn't kill very many of them. We mostly ran with our tail between our legs like one does. What we really need more than anything today is to find books. But there are many other things that we could also find that would help us out very much. It is nighttime right now, so opening that window will not help us. Let's see, what's halfway to being done? Straw hats. Oh yes, of course, we use straw hats to get ourselves some tailoring skill. That is the one type of book we found, is tailoring books. They are very useful indeed. So we could continue doing our reading, or we could take advantage of the night to get some raiding done. Now, when we raided, we did not manage to have very much success in this part of town. This was a bookstore, but it was a very poor bookstore. So I think what we should do first is see if we can find either a superior bookstore, and there's only one on the map, or a library, better still, and there's none on the map. So in that case, what we need to do before we start raiding is cycle around on our little bicycle during the daytime and get some scouting out of these towns. See if we can avoid baddies while also finding some sort of book repository. A school would work too. Let's look for schools. No schools. What about radio towers? That would help with our scouting. We could also potentially get a telescope, like a survivor telescope. No radio towers. That's another thing we should do, though, is look out for lenses and other things that would help us with a telescope. Now let's see what we have available here. This is the floor. The floor is where we've put all of our stuff. Now, we do have a big gun. Our army jacket's almost gone. That's a problem. We need a new jacket to replace this disintegrating army jacket. What else? What else? I see we haven't dropped our stuff from the raid yet, so let's just do that before we start looking around too much. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was looking at the ground after all. Ropes and straw, bottles and first aid. All important things. Okay. Oops. Took a while to drop all that straw. So, we have 3 small welding tanks, which isn't all that much welding fuel, to go along with our torch. We have lots of different types of knives. Just, I think, all from this farm. We have candles and a chemistry set, which could come in very handy. A hacksaw, which is an excellent start towards getting a vehicle together. We do need a vehicle that's better than our bicycle, realistically. So with this hacksaw and this welder, we could make our own motorcycle, perhaps. That's something to think about. Maybe even just put a small engine in the existing bicycle. That would work. What else do we have? We have a full hammer, so we do not need our makeshift hammer. I think that's in our inventory, isn't it? Yes, it is. A shovel, a wrench. Wrench again, very, very good for vehicle use. Welding goggles, necessary. We have lots of sheets. That'll get us the material that we need in order to practice our tailoring. We have a relatively sparse supply of food. There's enough food to hold us for a little while, but not too long. I see we have a viewer. Welcome. We have drugs. We have antibiotics. They could come in very handy, as well as antifungal drugs. These could both save our lives. Terrible adhesive bandages and a few good bandages, but not very many. Let's pick up some of them. We'll move 4 to our inventory, and that way, when we're out and about, we can treat ourselves. Our book selection is very limited. An unfortunate thing happened. You know, we escaped 2 different labs. We escaped one lab into another lab, and we did not bring our books from the first lab. So there are many books that we don't have, but we have not checked, or that we have rather checked out within the game. So when we find them in the world, they won't be read. So one thing I think I should probably do is, even though this is a bit of a break. Oh, I see I have my screen grab on. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, there we go. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the snipping tool, and I'm just going to take a little screenshot of this here book list that I can refer to later. You don't have to be bothered with it. I've turned off my screen grab now. And that way I'll know for sure whether we have books or not. So, since it's nighttime and we really need to scout a bit in the day to see what stores are around, I'm just going to spend the rest of the night reading. So let's light our candle and turn on our sweet, sweet music. Oh, our sweet, sweet music is already on, I see. That's all right. And then we'll read a little bit about tailoring. This book will get us up to 5. It's 21 minutes and no fun, so that's unfortunate, but hopefully sewing techniques for designers will be better. But first we should eat and drink, and we cannot forget about that. So what's good? Let's have some fruit juice. Cheese will make us happy. Toastums will make us very happy. And we could still use a little bit more food, so let's do the other toastums. And a little bit of crispy cranberry. Now we're slaked. It does not say we are over full, but I think that's fine. And we'll read some tailoring while our focus stays hopefully pretty high. Yes, yes, yes. Tailoring, tailoring, tailoring. All right, level 3. We are very hungry, thirsty, and tired again, even though we just woke up. That's a little unfair, I think. I believe it's daytime, though, so that's good. Let's extinguish the candle. Then we'll drop the book of tailoring and drop the candle. Is there anything else we should drop before we head out? I don't think so. It'd be nice to have a better battery in this flashlight. Let's see if we can find a better battery for our flashlight. Or our headlamp. We have a headlamp, so we don't need a flashlight. So let's unload the flashlight. Unload, unload. Okay, okay. Flashlight. Now, what kind of batteries do we have on the ground here? Full ultralight, a full light battery. That's not too impressive here. I guess we can handle just having 52. We'll probably find more batteries when we are out and about anyway. We don't need tramadol. I like to have sedative with us because that way we can always go to sleep in some bedroom of some house we find. That might be very important if we need to heal some wounds. Hammer's probably the best prying utensil we have, even though it's not very good. We can open crates with it. We don't need the reading light. I'll drop the MP3 player too. And that seems pretty good. Now, we could take our pitchfork. I think that might be worthwhile. We could also consider making a cudgel, because I believe, yes, we do have fencing. And fencing can use a cudgel. What else can it use? Oh, it can use a PR-24 baton, which is what we have, so I don't know why we haven't been using it until now. That's excellent. That's better than a cudgel. Okay, we are set. So now let's get on our bicycle. Oh, let's eat first. We don't need something that's going to make us too joyous. We can save that for later. But we really don't have much in terms of selection, so we'll eat a couple cookies. And we'll make something out of our cornbread. Perhaps a cornbread and spam sandwich. Oh, we need our candle lit. Okay. Now we are no longer hungry. We have no clean water. We have no gallon jugs either. What do we have in terms of empty containers? I wonder. 4 plastic bottles. That'll do. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the well water outside should be clean. We'll drop the candle. And we'll check on the well water. It is indeed bright outside. Oh, it's not clean, I suppose. Well, that's fine. We could really use a gallon jug or something similarly large to store water in. But for now, this will have to do. Okay. We are now slaked. We're still tired, though. Like, do we have any energy, any energy, anything? I don't think so. What else should we bring with us? Be nice if we could make some coffee. I think we can. Yes, we can. So we'll do 2 coffees. We'll use the coffee powder and the not clean water and the chemistry set. Pour into container, plastic bottle. And we'll drink it. Okay. I think we're ready to go. We're no longer tired, thanks to the healing effects of delicious, delicious coffee. Seems like we're deaf, are we? Oh, we're wearing headphones still because we haven't turned off our music yet. Okay. Now, do we have this set to remember? Yes, we do. Shouldn't worry about that. I'd like to first drive around the south side of town, see if we can find any libraries. That's our #1 focus. So let's go do that. We have lots of stuff that we should try to find, including a replacement for this worn-down army jacket, which may fail us at any moment. We'll want to travel well south of that airliner wreck. I was warned by chat in the last episode that I should avoid airliners in the early game. There's a Migo. That's kind of interesting because Migos are often near body sites. Oh, right, that's a Migo tower. That's far scarier than an individual Migo. I forgot that this was down here, and I should have remembered because that is easily the scariest thing on our map. So we're going to slow down a bit because we want to try to draw Migos south as much as possible. I'm worried that those guards may have ranged attacks, though. That could be really disastrous, and there are an awful lot of them. Let's take a look. This, like the more common Migo, is an alien creature. This one's heavily armored. Ooh. I don't see anything that suggests it would have ranged attacks, so we're probably reasonably safe. But let's draw these guys down a little bit anyway. I'm deeply concerned that they are as close as they are to our farm. If they were to catch us, we would be in deep, deep trouble. So that's good enough. We can outrun them on our handy-dandy bicycle, and let's do that. We also want to dip away south of this mega mall. As nice as mega malls can be for loot, they are very dangerous places indeed. Very high spawn rates. So let's go. Oops. Looks like we went too far south. Really wish we had a powered vehicle instead of having to rely on our tiny little footsies to propel us forward. Okay, where are we here? Lots of zombies. Motorcycle with no wheels. That's interesting. Oh, not a very good battery, not a very good alternator. Otherwise, this car looks okay. What about the gas tank? I don't see a gas tank. Maybe I'm missing it, forgetting where it is. Oh, it is draining. The gas tank is very insufficient. So, we're not going to find any cars here easily within this area. What is there in terms of stores? Augmentation Clinic. That's a new thing. I'm playing Aftershock, the mod Aftershock, in this game, and I'm not used to playing Aftershock. I assume augmentation clinics are probably part of Aftershock. There's an electronics store. That'll be very useful to raid. Oh, and is that a dojo? Yes, it is. So we do already have fencing, but we might be able to find another martial art that could be useful in there. Our fencing makes that less of a priority, though. Okay, we have an ambulance. That could have useful things like a stethoscope, which we very much need, though we do have antibiotics and painkillers and anti-fungals, which are some of the most important things. Pawn shops can be good, but probably not. There's a car showroom, so that could get us a brand new vehicle at some point. An antique store could have a weapon in it. That antique store should be a priority for us whenever we do a night raid. So let's continue. I wonder if we might be able to get in the back door of the antique store now. I think it might be worth checking out, even though it's daytime and that is risky. Let's try it. We can always retreat if we feel like we're in danger. And we will retreat very quickly. Now, we could either hold our rifle, or we could hold our baton. We should definitely be holding something. I see there's a staircase in the back of the antique store. We might be able to get in through the roof. If we can do that, that would be really efficient. So let's wield our baton. Let's extend our baton. And let's start making our way towards this roof. There are zombies on the road. There are many zombies on the road. We'll turn safe mode off. There does not seem to be a staircase down, so rather than giving the zombies enough time to catch us, we're going to immediately go right back down. There is, however, a back door, so let's see. Oh, we did not bring our lockpicks. We made lockpicks, but we must have forgotten to pick them up. That is very disappointing. We do have a fancy hairpin, though. So a fancy hairpin should be able to pick that lock. These dogs are very dangerous. We should stop picking the lock now. This is very problematic. I'm concerned we may have overstepped. We're going to have to duck around this building here and try to get back to our bicycle without being chased by the dogs. So let's do that. Please don't catch us, dogs. We are fleet-footed, and that helps us an awful lot. This is a house? Yes, it is. So let's go straight through the... Well, can't go straight through the front door, but we can go through the window. Like so. Those are not useful books. We're not finding much that's helpful. We will take the flashlight. We'll take the breads. Good for sandwiches. We'll take the long string. What is this? Is this another bicycle? It is. It's an electric bicycle, which would be better than our non-electric bicycle. That's an interesting thought. Is it just... Oh, it's just available. It has wheels. It has everything we need. Well, let's check this back shed, and then we'll come back for the bicycle. Really? Should we try picking the lock? I think we should. So... That sounds dangerous. Southwest, that's where our bicycle is. I do want to learn how to pick locks. I think at this point we should stop, though, because whatever's whacking on that fence will eventually get through it. So what's in here? Nothing. Nails. Might as well take them, I suppose. I think we've upgraded our bicycle to an electric model. Let's turn on Remember Vehicle Position. Ooh. So there are the dogs. Now, I think we may have drawn the zombies from in front of the antique store to the back when we were hanging around back there. So I think we might be able to get around the front now. It's probably worth a try. There's a luxury RV that has some nice solar panels and such things. Does it have wheels? It does. If that's functional, that... Oh, its engine isn't in good shape. I'm going to mark it on the map anyway. There are things we might need out of that later. There are indeed far less creatures out in front of the antique store now. There is one dog, however. Let's see what we can see from the outside. An acetylene lamp could be useful, but we have light sources, so we're not too concerned about that. What are you? A Zweihander. Oh man. I hope that's a real one. It's definitely worth getting, but at the same time, I still don't think that we should be risking the daytime raid. Not with all these dogs around, who can outrun us very easily. All right, we have made a note of the sword we found, and we will peel off towards the center of the street and away from the dogs. Pretty sure we can easily navigate here. We should check out this battery here. How are we doing? Oh, the tiny electric motor is in need of repair. It does seem to be working, though, but it might not start up. We do have foot pedals, of course, as a backup plan. Otherwise, it looks to be in all right shape. We can repair this once we get back to the farm. So let's accelerate, make sure we're past the dogs, and motor our way down the street. Now we should find a way to get off of these main streets, but there is a forest blocking our path to the south here. A nice farmhouse on the outskirts of town is a good find. What did I write here? Wood axe. I see we left a wood axe there. We do have a fire axe. Why didn't I pick up the fire axe? That should be our best weapon. I guess I forgot. This farm has a garage. It's a ranch. This one has silos that we can use to see a great distance. But I don't think we'll be able to get to the silos because it looks like this forest probably continues. It's hard to tell, though. I think we should make a left turn and see if we can ride this way and get back out of the town. It is a little bit dangerous, but we do need to scout. What are you? Oh, nothing scary. This electric bicycle and the extra speed will help us a lot. This garage is excellent, and I'm very happy to see there's a path through here even though there's no street. So we can get through just north of the garage while checking out at least the general lay of the garage. We can see if it's a good one that'll have lots of gear or a crappy one. What are you? A robotic taxi. Oh, this mod, it's full of surprises. And this is another one of these atomic compact cars. No wheels in it. But it seems to have a full mini reactor, so that is definitely worth making a note of. Okay. In the future, we shall make an atomic motorcycle that will be very fast and very armored and able to withstand anything. This does look like one of the nicer garage designs. Not the crappy one. And there's a second garage right behind it. That's a good find. These look like bookstores or possibly furniture stores. There's a bookstore, there's a library, and there's another bookstore. Okay. We have excellent targets for raiding when night falls. We should, at nighttime, what are you? You're a construction site. We should take our bicycle into the center of town, This is a little bit too close to the nameplate, and libraries are generally better than bookstores. So what I'd like to do is ride our bicycle next to this library at night, see what we can raid, and then if we're still in a good position, we can check out the garages afterwards. But for now, let's keep riding. That is a engine crane. Oh, wait. I misunderstood. I thought this was the garage for some reason. There's a pickup truck inside here. It's probably functional. Usually when you find... Oh, it does have a security system, but it might have keys, potentially. Usually when you find trucks inside garages, they are better than the ones you'll find on the street. Not always, but usually. Interesting. It is one of the crappy garages. I thought it was a nice one, but it isn't. We seem to be tired. Probably our electric bicycle engine is not doing too much, and it's mostly our feet pedaling us away. So that should make us more hesitant to dip and dive around zombies here. I do want to check out this second garage, if at all possible. And I want to get somewhere away from a town where we can rest for a few minutes. That might be easier said than done, though. Perhaps we should dip south and go to this farm. We can look at this silo and get a nice view. I think that's a good idea. Unfortunately, there do seem to be an awful lot of zombies to our south. So let's see how careful we can be about this. We have successfully dodged them. There's an ambulance. There's a dissolute devourer. And that is scary, scary stuff. Oh no! Well, this is terrible. We have not been careful enough, and we have been stopped on our bicycle. We are bleeding. We must run, and our stamina is low. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so options. There's a drain pipe here. The dog will be after us. And we have low stamina. That's our biggest concern is stamina right now. But I think we'll be okay. So we'll let go of the controls. We'll jump off our bike. We'll run, run, run. Now we've put enough space between us and the zombies. We can stop running and hopefully save some of our stamina. If possible, I'd like to avoid going up the pipe because we could easily fall down, and I think it will be possible. We seem to be doing okay for speed. So let's go around back here. And before the zombies find us, we'll go into this house. We're happy to find Crafty Crafters Quarterly, so we will pick that up. And we'll see if we can find a place that the zombies will not spot us. Maybe here. So let's close the window and rest until we catch our breath. We will stop. That's not a bad thing. I'm okay that the smashing was down there. We should probably stop wielding our baton so we have a better chance of stopping the bleeding. Yes. I think we'll be okay here. The bleeding has stopped. We're going to re-wield the baton and extend it. Continue to wait. We have completely caught our breath. Now what? Back to the bicycle, I suppose. Oh, what are you? A motorbike? A perfect condition super bike. Oh my, we have found our vehicle. So this turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Crafts for beginners, you say? Okay. Now, we have read this, but as I'd mentioned earlier, we lost our list of books. Where's our little screen grab? Here it is. We do have that back at the base, so we do not need it. So we'll drop it. What are you? Welding and metallurgy. I don't think we have that one at the base. No, we don't. Perfect. So we'll use the winch and open the garage. We have a brand new bike. Let's examine it. Not very much gasoline. That's unfortunate. We need to be careful. We should get a hose as quickly as possible so that we can refill that. Otherwise, this is beautiful. As soon as possible, we'll want to put a... Oops. I thought it was faced the other way around. We'll want to put some sort of a storage container on the back of it. But we won't let that stop us. It's an excellent vehicle. And now we can certainly outrun zombies. There's a hospital next to us. It's a 2x3 hospital. I don't know if I've seen those before. I've certainly seen plenty of 3x3 hospitals. So that's very interesting. We don't need to worry about our stamina like we once did. So I'm not sure if we want to go to this farm after all. The silo won't be able to see much we can't see on foot. No, I think we should turn north and skirt between these two towns and continue our end route around this town here. Let's do it. That was very successful. We'll need to keep a very close eye on our fuel level, though. Once it goes down to 0.1 instead of 0.2, that'll be a problem. And we also want to see if we can find an isolated house that we can get we can beat up a fridge and take a hose from. This super bike is such a good find. There's a garage down there. We can't see it from here. Can we see the other garage that's north from here? I think that's it. It looks like another one of those fenced garages. Those are not great. So let's curve south and see if we can take a peek at this garage. It's too bad there's wander spawns next to us. We'll never get in. This looks reasonably safe. There aren't too many zombies out here. We should definitely make sure we remember the position of the super bike, though. Oh, and that's a nice garage. That's the one with the 2 front doors. Right? Yes, yes. That garage will have good supplies in it. Gonna mark it with a raid here. So let's just ride straight through this town. There's some points of interest over this side. We will hope that there's no forest, because if there's a forest on the other side of the town, that could be trouble. Now, what's our gasoline situation? Still 0.2, not yet 0.1. Motorcycle, gas in motorcycles does last an awfully long time, but we would be deeply concerned if there was a possibility of running out of gas in the middle of town. Here is an armored car. It's in very rough shape, so I'm not going to mark it. Normally I would mark an armored car because I want a source of heavy frames and composite armor. Okay. That is an awfully large number of zombies in this here park. Parks are terrible for that. There's another bookstore. It's on the south side of town. That could be very easily raidable. I'm considering turning down there to see if it's a place we could raid immediately. I doubt it, though. We'll accelerate a bit to make sure we're past these zombies. I think we are going to turn south. There's no forest down there, so I think it's pretty safe. Now let's again accelerate so that we can get far clear from there. Oh, what are you? You're a tow truck? An underlift tow truck. Hey, has the game, actually got towing implemented yet? I knew that was on the sort of, long-term list of things to do, but that would be cool. And I wonder what's in these floor trunks, because there is stuff inside them, and a tow truck makes me think perhaps it would have quality mechanical components in there. So maybe we should get off our motorcycle very quickly just to run into the tow truck and back and see if at least the nearby container has anything. I think we're going to do that. It may be a terrible mistake, but let's do it. We are going to run. We're not worried about stamina now that we no longer have to pedal with our footsies. A flare, okay. We won't check the far one. That would be too risky even for us. So now we should accelerate straight through this pack with our superbike speed, and they won't touch us. There's the bookstore. It does have an awful lot of zombies around it, so I'm pretty sure we won't be able to get in. That's too bad. What are you? Are you a radio tower? Yes, you are. Well, that's an excellent find. The radio tower will likely have a telescope, and we'll be able to see this whole area from up there. Meanwhile, we'll slow down a bit to get around this roadblock. Maybe we should have gone the other direction. That might have been better. But we'll be fine. And so we are. How much fuel do we have? We're still at 0.2. We're not yet at 0.1. Let's pull up right alongside. There's no zombies that are close enough to scare me too much, so we'll stop driving. Climb the fence. Oh, we're still running. That's okay. We can rest when we're safely up top of the tower. And here we have a telescope and a map. So we'll read the map and look at what the telescope has showed us. Oh boy, look at how many wander spawns there are down here. How is that even a thing? Jeez. Is it the zoo, I wonder? That is crazy. Wow. So many wander spawns in these two towns. But the towns we're in right now don't seem that bad at all by comparison. That's interesting. That's insane, though, down here. Why would that be like that? I don't know. Here's an isolated garage. That could be a very good place to find a vehicle. I'm glad that there's a path through the trees here. We could get down and around to the garage quite easily. And we could raid this garage even during the daytime. Despite the high number of wander spawns here, that is a serious consideration to do right away. But here's another one of those isolated garages that we can almost certainly raid now. And I like that plan much more. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get around the outskirts of this town the way I'd hoped, and there's no road going through this forest, so this is a dead end. We'll have to race back across town pretty much the same way we came in, which should be doable. But first, let's check out this garage. We might consider hoofing it on foot to get to the bookstore, though that's probably too risky for what it's worth. That was a very good find, that radio tower. Oh, before we get all the way down, we'll rest and catch our breath. And there's a zombie. Maybe that was a mistake to rest that far down. What are you? What book? Oh no. Our army jacket was cut and we dropped everything. Well, that's very unfortunate. I guess we have to fight this zombie then. We still have the baton extended. Unfortunately, those two molly packs are giving us a ton of torso encumbrance. So we'll climb the fence, drop the molly packs. Oh, and that was a mistake. That took longer than I expected it to. We'll dodge until we get the runner alone, and we'll begin kiting him while running. He's dead. We didn't handle this fight as well as we could have, but that's okay. Caffeinated chewing gum is a good find since we're tired. And there's always room for candy. What else do we have? Pork sticks. Pork sticks are good. So let's drop our baton for a minute and make sure our torso stops bleeding. Pick the baton back up. Wear at least one molly pack. Grab all of our stuff that we dropped when our jacket broke. And we might as well beat up this zombie too. Oops. Really? He caught us enough to grab us. That's unfortunate. And our left arm has taken a bite? Oh, jeez. Pretty sure we have antiseptic, though. That is very unlucky, but it makes sense considering we're not wearing a jacket. I don't think we have any arm armor at all right now. Do we have antiseptic on us? We don't. Well, that was a mistake. We should have brought antiseptic with us, and now there's more zombies. So we're going to choose to be a little bit more cautious this time. We'll let them come after us. We'll close this gate. We'll go all the way around the bottom. Hope they don't find that gap, and they did not. Wear the pack while they're stuck. There's a whistle, really? No. Let's take some wire. Wire can be useful. We do have some at home. Again, we're not being fast or careful enough. And our left arm has taken the brunt of that. What we really want to find is, as well as the garage, which we do want to raid, is an evac shelter. So let's look for that. Evac shelters often have first aid kits, and multiple first aid kits at that. So we've already looted this one. We should have it marked as explored. I was pretty sure we've also looted that one. I was pretty sure we'd found a bunch of first aid kits. We probably have a bunch of antiseptic at home, and we just forgot to bring it. We also have antibiotics, so if worst comes to worst, we can still treat our wound, although that is not guaranteed to work. If our health stat is low enough, we might be still in trouble. So that was really unfortunate. Going around to kill that zombie that we did not have to kill was a mistake. We should remember that we are not the hunter in this game. We are the hunted. What are you? An electric sports car. With 2 enhanced electric motors that seem very functional indeed. Racing slicks. No security system. Oh wow, we might have a second upgrade to our vehicle. How do we manage this? We do want to raid that garage. There's a door in the side. So let's do this. The edge of town is to the right. There's a gas station right here. We might even be able to fill our motorcycle without a hose. We are down to 0.1 liters. There's zombies inside the garage. I think that sports car works, and if it does, we'd much rather have that than this motorcycle. Are the batteries in good shape? I think there's only one battery in these things, right? Oh, no, there's 2, and they're in perfect shape. This sports car would be a tremendous upgrade, although it would be less efficient at getting through town, and we desperately need to find a hose to fill up this car either way. I think what I'm going to do is drop off this motorcycle right next to the gas pumps here. And then run north to get to this house. The zombies should chase us. And then they seem to be stuck in the gas station, unfortunately. I wanted them to chase us. And then we can duck back around with our hose. and get into the garage. Let's run temporarily. Make sure these dogs don't eat us. If we could find a jacket around here, that would be great. Oh, no. That's a problem. So, what we must do is kill these dogs at this choke point. And this zombie, too. Hope nothing else is behind him. Okay. I don't think it makes any sense to try to wait inside. Let's run again temporarily. This is dangerous. We're low on stamina. We're fairly confident that we could beat up a couple of these zombies, but not as many as are following us. Oh my... That playground is not friendly. Let's go into the basement for a minute here. Now that we're in the basement, we can catch our breath. Good. What's down here? Nothing useful? No. Okay. What are these books? Knife techniques will be very useful. I'm almost 100% sure we left that in the lab. So let's definitely take that. And a leather jacket. Good stuff. Okay. So we won't wear the leather. Oh, sleeveless duster's even better. Let's take both. We'll take the knife techniques and a light disposable battery. And we'll continue on. And a reading light, why not? And a solder? Sure. Continue on to the west. Away from the dogs. Now we have good stamina. Our arm is still injured, but that's okay. We did not grab a hose. Oh no! A zombie hunter? That's terrifying. So we'll... Okay, okay. I think we need to go into this house. I'll tell you one thing. Once we're done with this garage, we should definitely go back to the farm. Perfect. Okay, good. What's in here? How's hydrogen peroxide? Can that clean wounds? Yes. I wonder if it's, like, less effective. I don't think so. I think it's fine. Let's try it. It worked. We still need a hose. But we can't get through that door. It's unfortunate. Don't know why we're running. That's a mistake. Let's just go from house to house for a while. Again, start running. Just long enough to get through this window. Close the door behind us. Beat up that fridge. Take the hose. And run like the dickens. What are these books? Nothing too interesting. That's okay. Now there are no zombies in sight. Let's see if we can get our stamina up a bit. That open window doesn't bother me too much. Perhaps we waited slightly too long. So let's duck back this way. Oh, what are you? A hardware store. Run again. A pickaxe in here. We're being awfully risky. But we do have the hose that we needed so badly. We might not be able to raid the hardware store today. I'm going to mark the pickaxe on the map. We'll slow down to a walk again. Back to a run, just in time to get through the door. Sludge trail, you say? What is this? A pulpating zombie crawler. Oh, shoot. Never seen that before. I guess we have to walk through the sludge and hope that this doesn't do anything terrible to us. What? It burst? The pulpating zombie crawler bursts and gore-smeared winged beasts climb out of the corpse? Well, that's terrifying. Flesh raptors? Predator darts? Okay, we need to... That is awful. It's faster than us? No. Let's get through this. No. Now we are in deep, deep trouble. Like, very deep trouble. To the roof. Okay, so we've dodged everything other than the flesh raptor by going up to the roof, although this is a temporary reprieve. So we'll wield our rifle, dropping our baton. The flesh raptor seems to attack in a similar pattern to a man-hack, perhaps. It's coming back at us now. Fire. Okay. No more flesh raptor. But is there a way off this roof other than the same way we came up? I doubt it. We'll wait until we catch our breath again. Wield the baton. The motorcycle is not far. Okay, so first we will bandage these wounds. Take some aspirin and even a codeine. And plot our next move. I think trying to raid this garage was certainly a mistake. Our gunshots will have drawn in enemies. So let's give up on the baton plan for now. We'll wield our gun, putting the baton in inventory. And we'll climb down even though it is terrifying. Oh boy, this is worse than I expected. But at least we can run. Maybe we can't. Back up. The pipe's been destroyed? I think we're dead. There's nothing to do but start shooting. We're dead. We're just dead. We're died. We died. We're gone. We're dead. We're dead again. How did we die? Well, we tried to day raid. That's what we did. I can't believe we did this. Oh. This is terrible indeed. We should have jumped down from the roof on the other side. We should have known. I wish we had a grenade. We could go out like true men, proper men. Go out with a bang. Really, it was the flesh raptor that got us. I had never seen one of those before. We need to learn not to get off our motorcycle like that during the day. Should we commit suicide? Let's keep trying to shoot our way out. We have no more arms to shoot with. One last thing to do. It was really, really dumb. But let's blame the blamer. Flesh raptors. Now, what we could have done differently here, really there's two things. We should not have tried to raid a garage during the daytime. We did, however, need to find a hose somewhere so we could refuel our bike. We probably could have done that in a more isolated spot, though. That's something to consider. If it wasn't for the flesh raptor, I think we would have gotten out, at least. We would have been okay. But you never know when that's going to happen. And next time, too, we will understand what that palpitating zombie is and the danger it poses. I guess that's all we can do now is learn from our death. So this was episode 13 of Let's Play Cataclysm on this here Compound Fracture YouTube channel. The last two times we died, we did so pretty quickly, and we just kept going with the same series, but I think I may begin a fresh and a new series. Now that we're dead, that is. I might give it a different name, even. I don't even know if I want to keep playing this game at the moment. Maybe we should try again a different day. Nah. If at first you do not live through the cataclysm, try again. But first, good night, YouTube. It was nice knowing you.